Hello, people of God. Good evening. Good evening. God bless you all. God bless you all. I'm coming to you again to share something that the Lord had been putting in my spirit shoot for over a week now, but I just been saying, Lord, I'll do it. But the Lord know why I've been hesitating. He know that I'm really not the type of person that wants to be in front of the camera. I'm really camera shy, but I have to obey God. Lord, thy will be done. And he had been just impressing me, just pressing me to tell this dream that I had a few years back. Somebody must need to hear it. God got a reason for everything, and this dream could help somebody out there. It's a dream that I had a few years back. I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I was having problems holding on to God, young and really just unstable in the Lord, in and out. I'm saved this month, then I'm trying to be out in the street 6 months later, just in and out the church, just fumbling in ministry, fumbling in the word, fumbling in my life, just thinking I'm making the right decisions and making all the wrong decisions, thinking I'm doing what's going to help me and really bringing trouble to myself without even realizing it. But anyway, the last time I fell, I dreamed a horrific dream. This dream was, whew, this dream messed me up, y'all. I dreamed that I was out there in the world, still, out there hanging out with my friends, and Jesus came. We were walking. We were just walking, we were just walking, just talking. And all of a sudden, it's like fire started falling from the sky. Like fire and fiery rocks started falling from the sky. And I heard somebody scream. I heard somebody scream and say, Jesus is coming. And I said, Jesus is coming. And I looked back up at the sky because it's like my back was to the sky. And I looked back at the sky and the sky was total black. And then all of a sudden, it's like a crack, it's the sky cracked open. And I saw Jesus on a white horse, him and his angels. And the sky lit up, it just illuminated. And he came down to gather the people that were ready. I wasn't ready. I couldn't believe that I wasn't ready. And Jesus had came to take the saints away and I wasn't ready. That right there alone really messed me up. And people started running and screaming. They were crying out to the rocks, asking the rocks to fall on them, telling the rocks to hide them. They were just screaming and just bawling up and just acting real crazy. But in my heart, I knew, and I had already read the scripture. So I'm thinking like, I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna hide. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna get on my knees. I'm just gonna get on my knees and start praying. Surely he'll hear me. I'm just gonna get on my knees and start praying out to God. Because I know he'll remember that time I used to be saved. I know he'll remember that time I used to go to church. I know he'll remember that time I used to witness for him. I know he'll remember some of that. I know he will. Please, God. You just got to give me this chance, Lord. Don't leave me. Please, God, remember the things I used to do. God, remember how I used to be. I wanted God to remember me when I was in church. But he said no. He was standing there in the sky with his arms stretched out like this, gathering the saints, gathering the saints. And he looked down at me. I said, you going to leave me, Jesus? Please, please, please. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Jesus, don't leave me behind. He looked me right in my face. Said, daughter. He called me his daughter. He said, daughter, I gave you a chance to pray. You wouldn't pray. He said, I gave you a chance to seek my face. You wouldn't seek my face. And now it's too late. You can't go back. It's too late, my daughter. It's too late. And as he was the last time he said too late, he was bagging back in the sky. He had gathered the saints that were ready and went back into heaven and left me down here on this earth. And you talking about somebody screaming and hollering and crying. Lord have mercy. I was crying, screaming, begging God for mercy, begging him to give me a chance, begging him to give me one more chance, God. Just one more chance. God, just please, please, please. Everything within me, just everything within me was moaning and groaning for God to give me a chance and to just please let me go back with him. But I was left behind. I was left behind. That dream was what made me wake up and change my life, because I know that I don't want to go to hell. And I know that it's my deepest desire to be in the presence of the Lord. I want to see the Lord when he comes back. I want to be in his presence, in his glory. I want the Lord to say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. Come on up. Let me make you ruler. You've been faithful with few things. Now let me make you ruler over many. That's what I want to hear him say. And in order to do that, I got to stay on the battlefield for the Lord. I got to keep running. I got to keep fighting. I got to keep pushing. So if you out there and you're in this situation, don't let the enemy detour you. Don't let Satan trick you. The main thing he tricked me with was a man, because I was lonely and I wanted somebody in my life. And he sent the worst, well, I don't want to say too much because a lot of people probably know the guy that I'm referring to. But I just say the guy that came into my life, the enemy used him to really, really put a mark on my life, to really, really help me have to struggle and to press my way out. Through the help of God, I did. And I'm so thankful. But that is what caused me one of the things that is the main reason I will end up in an abusive relationship, because I was trying to live right. I was trying to change my lifestyle. And another thing, I was listening to the advice of people now that I feel like told me to do things that I should have prayed about before I did it. Because like my mother said, she used to tell me this. She said, Shay, when you got your head in the lion's mouth, you got to ease it out. And I didn't really, really understand what she was talking about, because at the time, I was more influenced by my church friends. And sometimes they want to tell you what's right and they're really trying to help you. But sometimes they can be causing your demise and don't even know it. And anyway, this is another chapter. As the Lord lead, I will share. But that's one of the things the Lord wanted me to share, was the fact that I had that dream and I got left behind. And I thought, because I used to know God and because I was raised in the church, my mother and father were ministers, I thought that would make a difference. But no, sir. You got to have it for yourself. And there's no excuse. There's no way out. If you're not ready when Jesus comes, you can't go back. So choose ye this day whom you will serve. Will it be God or will it be man? You know, there's a scripture in Revelation that says, I think it's about the 20th chapter of Revelation. Everybody's name that's not found in the Lamb Book of Life going to be cast into the lake of fire. So y'all let that marinate in y'all spirit. Be God-led, because you are God chosen. But it's your choice. Are you going to live for God? Or are you going to allow the enemy to take everything that God has set up for you? He said he know you by your name and he chose you. But you got to be willing and obedient to his will and his plan for your life. Y'all have a blessed day and pray for Sister Shay Shay because I need your prayers. Be blessed. Have a great evening.